Complete this famous saying, better late than...
Blanche.
Pregnant.
Why, hello there, and thank you for being a friend. There's no one else we'd rather reminisce with about all of our favorite shows from yesteryear. And to this day, The Golden Girls remains a forever classic. 4 female powerhouses made this 80s sitcom a Saturday night staple. But how did this groundbreaking show operate behind the scenes? I'm Nostalgic Nick with Do You Remember? And let's dive in and learn a little more about the Golden Girls. From its costume tricks to its connection to Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs, there's plenty to uncover. If you enjoy this television trivia, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So come on, let's gather round the table and talk Golden Girls magic. Bee in your bonnet.
I could have been living in a swinging condo instead of with... I better not say anything till I've had my coffee. A slut and a moron.
Even iconic shows have cast shuffles. And Bea Arthur becoming Dorothy was no different. Show creator Susan Harris first approached actress Lee Grant. But Grant was making movies at the time and wasn't too thrilled about playing a grandmother. So Harris approached Bea Arthur, who she originally had in mind when she even wrote the role of Dorothy. By that point, Arthur was very recognizable as Maude from All in the Family and her highly successful spinoff.
Let her go! I got my chair back!
You can have your chair. Only don't move around too much. You'll crush your brains.
But NBC execs thought her Q score was too low, which basically ranks how likable an actor is. Bea Arthur wasn't pushing back hard for the role until some golden magic happened. When Rue McClanahan told Bea not to waste what was probably the best script to cross her path. And thank goodness Dorothy listened to Blanche. Warm reunions. For much of the cast, The Golden Girls was one big reunion. Betty White and Rue McClanahan first acted together on The Carol Burnett Show, continuing that to the hilarious Mama's Family. And you can catch up with that cast in our Then and Now episode. So revisit the clowns over in Raytown. But after its second season, Mama's Family shuffled its cast, and Betty and Rue went on to The Golden Girls. And that's not all. McClanahan also worked with Bea Arthur on Maude, McClanahan playing Maude's next-door neighbor Vivian. And that's why when Rue told Bea to take the job, she took it.
Well, at least I'm not bitter.
Dorothy's last name even comes from another connection. Creator Susan Harris had worked with a stage manager named Kent Zbornak back on the sitcom Soap, and she just loved his last name. So Kent came on board and worked the entire run of The Golden Girls too. Thank you for the tune.
Thank you for being a friend.
The theme song of The Golden Girls is nearly as iconic as The Talented Ladies. But can you imagine it without its wholesome song, Thank You for Being a Friend? Because I can't. Originally, producers wanted to use the Bette Midler tune Friends.
But you got to have friends.
Only problem was, it was way too expensive. Thank You for Being a Friend was originally written and recorded in 1978 by Andrew Gold. Gold's version was on his third album and was successful, reaching number 25 on the Billboard Hot 100. For the theme, Cynthia Fee provided the vocals, and then re-recorded it for the series spin-off The Golden Palace. Getty into character.
Now, you're always a bit ornery, unpleasant, impolite, even downright mean. That's part of your charm. Thank you, you bed-hopping relic.
Sometimes even the best performers get nervous. And Estelle Getty is a prime example, suffering from severe stage fright. She went on to admit that having the bar set so high by Bea Arthur and Betty White didn't help matters at all. It got so bad, Getty would sometimes freeze in front of the camera during Friday night tapings. She felt like the live audience would somehow find out she wasn't as good. Clearly all of this in her head, as Estelle Sophia is most often cited as a favorite. To combat her fears, Getty wrote her lines on basically everything. On props, in cabinets, even the salt and pepper shakers. When it came to rehearsing, McClanahan and Getty revealed it could take as long as 9 hours. Well, practice sure does make perfect. Lines in the sand. Golden Girls was very revolutionary in the way it handled topics like romance and health, with much of the credit going to the cast, who kept the humor on course. Most vocal was Getty, who was really choosy about what jokes she'd say. She outright refused to poke at a person's appearance, no matter their weight or if they had crossed eyes, and absolutely no humor at the expense of another's sexual orientation. She once vetoed a joke that had domestic violence as a punchline. Very admirable. Meanwhile, B. Arthur was putting her foot down, literally, on having to wear shoes. She hated them, and had it in her contract that she wouldn't be required to wear shoes on set, as long as she promised not to sue if she got a stubbed toe or another injury. They did not, however, accommodate for her severe displeasure for cheesecake. In fact, the characters ate over 100, much to her distaste. Royal audience! Any respectable Golden Girls marathon should have a seat for royalty. That's because Queen Elizabeth II was a vocal Golden Girls fan. In fact, the quartet did a live performance at the London Palladium in 1988, with the Queen and other royals in attendance.
Hey, you with the funny accent. Where's the John?
Betty White called the event exciting and lovely, although they were told not to address Her Royal Highness unless they were addressed first. The Queen even walked around on set and hopefully had a bite of cheesecake. And another huge fan was Queen. Wait, I just said that. Oh, not the Queen, but Freddie Mercury Queen. But it was still a royal watch party, as Freddie would often watch alongside the People's Princess Diana herself. Supposedly, the two made a whole afternoon of drinking champagne and improvising risque lines over the show's actual audio. Now that sounds like a party. 3's company, 4's a crowd. Blanche, Dorothy, Sophia, and Rose, playing off each other's antics and causing as much trouble as they resolve. So why are there only ever 3 chairs at their kitchen table? It wasn't oversight, it was about logistics. Because of the set layout and camera placement, producers had to avoid cramming all 4 women together. You can't have an actress with her back to the camera, so it was 3, with B. Arthur usually in the middle because of her height, and because showrunners found her hilarious expressions even better when crammed in the middle of some debate.
So the woman had 56 boyfriends in 1 year. She's not a slut.
Thank you, Dorothy.
She is the slut.
Priceless props. Every Golden Girl fan will recall Sophia's iconic straw and wicker purse, which was entirely Estelle Getty's brainchild. She bought it herself in Los Angeles' Fairfax district, so she had a prop when she auditioned. And Getty was insistent that Sophia carry her purse, because as she saw it, older women were constantly forced to get rid of stuff as they slowly lost control of their lives. So Sophia's purse was a symbol of still carrying on.
Buzz off.
If you wanted to try out some of those crazy earrings Dorothy always had, but you don't have pierced ears, worry not. Neither did B. Golden Girls designer Judy Evans kept up a steady supply of amazing clip-ons, and B. Arthur really enjoyed them, except for the pain after a long day's rehearsal. Reservoir funds.
Are you gonna bark all day, little doggy?
As far as Quentin Tarantino films go, Reservoir Dogs had it all. Violence, profanity, gore. Did I mention violence? It's certainly a cult classic, and probably my personal favorite of Tarantino's wild rides. But why am I talking about it? The year was 1988, and Tarantino was cast as an Elvis impersonator for the episode Sophia's Wedding. The episode became a 2-parter, and Tarantino was paid residuals for both. It's such a great episode, it's even part of the Best of Golden Girls marathon. And the connection? Tarantino was paid $650 per episode, and over 3 years of play, he netted more than $3,000, which Quentin has stated kept him financed through pre-production of Reservoir Dogs. Thank you for being an income for wildly theatrical crime dramas. Art imitates life. The Golden Girls handled serious topics with grace. They explored misconceptions surrounding HIV, brought on gay and lesbian characters, and empowered women as they aged. The episode Sick and Tired had its roots in some harsh reality, specifically for show creator Susan Harris's own struggles with chronic fatigue syndrome. The episode highlighted Dorothy's struggle to find a doctor that would take her symptoms seriously.
What I went through, what you put put me through. I can't do this in a restaurant.
Good.
But I will.
And then the Golden Girls dug its roots into the real world. In 2017, a friend of McClanahan's opened a cafe in New York City called Rue La Rue. The owner inherited a lot of memorabilia when McClanahan passed away and used it all to decorate the inside. It has since closed down, but it was a trip back in time for sure. Enough is enough. There's just something about watching a TV program along with millions of other people, live in one highly anticipated viewing experience. And the 1992 Golden Girls finale, One Flew Out of the Cuckoo's Nest, was one of those rare moments. It drew in 27.2 million viewers and stands as the 16th most watched TV finale of all time. So why did it end? Well, by season 7, B. Arthur made it no secret she was ready to move on. On top of that, she believed the quality of the show was taking a dip, and she did not want to trickle off the air, hoping to end on a high note. And it certainly did. And with it, it left 177 episodes of fun, friendship, and laughter. The Golden Girls showed us that getting older isn't so scary. I mean, look at the antics of these 4 aging women. I want to hang out with them and have a slice of cheesecake and a slice of life. Truly a wonderfully scripted, beautifully acted series. So let's discuss it. What's an outrageous episode of The Golden Girls that you recall? Do you have a favorite character? Well, get in those comments and share some memories of this fantastic show. We want to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps a lot. And subscribe to our channel so you can travel down memory lane and back again. From all of us here at Do You Remember, thanks very much for watching.